So, hello everyone, welcome to my top 10 cards about the classes for Angry Arena. First I was going to do like a top 5, but I felt that it's probably better to do a top 10, even maybe top 15 even, but I have 2 more cards show to actually talk about what cards are really good now for per class, right? And the more cards we have that are really good, the more cards we can actually say, okay, this class is much better now in Arena. So these cards are ordered. This is the number 10, Crackling Razormaw. And we're gonna go down, and the last one, top 1, is the best one. So this is by order. And the order is important, of course. The better the card is, the better impact it has, right? So, but the top 10 is that. I think it more covers the general cards we see. And I did remove all the epic cards, which also be a top 15. But I find epic cards are, yes, somewhat really good. Meteor is very good, but it's not like, okay, it's not gonna happen that often. So I think it's more important to look at common and rare cards that you actually will see a lot, right, for the classes. So first then, we have Crackling Razormaw. If you look at my full review, this card is a very good card. It's a 3-2 for 2. That's always playable in Arena, everyone knows that. And it's a beast, so you're playing beast for Hunter, that's good. And of course, it boosts your beast card. Right. I think this card is pretty much a Hound Master for 2 mana, would be kind of a fair estimation, I would say. What I mean with that is Hound Master is a really good card in Arena, right? As long as you have a few beasts. If you have 10 or more beasts, then it's very, very good to have Hound Master. This is the same thing, right? It's pretty good to play it like a turn 4 or 5 and so. It's going to be a very, very good card. If you can move it like an Alley Cat or the new one, which is spot 11 actually. I put it 11, so it's not in the list. The new Beacon, they give you another beast, for example. That's great and so on. This generally is a very good card. And worst case, it's a playable 3-2 and some common. This is a card you can see a lot. And of course, don't forget that there are a lot of new beasts now, like neutral beast. So it's easier getting that beast synergy going in the Arena for Hunter, much better now in the Arena. So yeah, this is a number 10 card, a very good card. Like worst case scenario, it's still a good card, right? So yeah, number 10. So number 9, that is card that I really like. I believe a lot in actually. And that's Ornery Direhorn. So this card is, I see this card as like a Sunwalker kinda, right? Sunwalker, it's a 4-5 with Taunt and Divine Shield. This is 5-5 with Taunt and potentially Divine Shield or like Poisonous. That's very good as well for a Taunt guy. Or you have like Protection from Spells. That is really good as well. And so on, right? Generally, it's a very good card. It's uncommon. We're gonna pick it a lot. So I can say right away here that Warrior is going very well for them because this is going to be more than one Warrior card here in this top 10 list. So Warriors have a very much better cards now. Where, for example, there is like no Mage card in this list. So that's a good point to have, what class are going for. But yeah, this is generally a good card. 5-5 for 6, that's decent enough. If you compare it to Ogre, it's a 6-7 for 6. This is a 3 versus stat, but it's easy getting that with the Adapt. And I would say that type of Divine Shield is better than those stats. And has Taunt, and so on, right? It's generally a better card. Sure, if you get like Wind Fury and Stealth and so on, that's pretty bad. So there are very few situations we get like Wind Fury, Stealth and +3. Probably what you could get, because you really want defensive set on a Taunt minion. So that situation is really bad. But that in worst case scenario then it's like a Wind Fury with Taunt then, with attack. So let's say 8-5 with Taunt, right, for 6. Basically playable, not the best thing, but like it could be worse. So good card. Then we have Radiant Elemental on number 8. This is a very good card. I have a lot of I did my top 5 first, then I did my top like 6 or 10. So top 5 is but it is still a very good card. It's very hard to say this top 5 card because it has so much potential. First of all, it's a 2-3 for 2 with Priest. That's good. You can heal it. You can trade like a smaller guy and so on. That's good. So it's a basic good 2 common card, right? That's great. But also then, of course, this can give you huge tempo swings in Arena. One of the best cards right now in Arena for Priest is is Potion of Madness, right? If you take over a minion and trade it. This card is free with Radiant Elemental. So you can play like a turn 2 and take the guy, kill them if they play the 2 minion guys. If you're like, if they go first, if they're 1 drop, then they do a 2 drop, you do your 2 drop as Elemental, you use the potion and you take over their guys, and you can actually have, just a massive tempo swing. And you play this guy and you give like Power Word Shield. If you have an Arena, it's a 2-5 for 2, get the card, and you get the Holy Notes out earlier, you can Shadow Word Pain, it has huge potential in the beginning game. It can really give you a great tempo swing in Arena. It's a very, very good card in Arena. And again, after the Razormaw, in worst case scenario, it's a 2 drop that is playable, right? So it's just a good card. Very good card. And And then we have this card, one of my favorite cards for this set. A card that I think is very, very good. And I also mentioned that there are more Warlock cards coming, and also Priest cards coming. So Warlock and Priest are getting a lot of good cards for Un'Goro. So this is Ravenous Pterrordax, and this is a very, very good card. This is simply an amazing card, I think, because in Arena, you can have a lot of shitty minions, you know, 1, 2 dogs with Warlock, that you can easily kill. Yes, you won't have like, the perfect combo that kill an egg and get stuff, so on. But you will have generally some bad crap and so on. So if you coin this guy on turn 3, you get a 4/4 with double adapt. That's like a... It's hard to say exactly what 2 adapt will give you right now. But I would say adapt is at least worth 1+1 in stat, right? It's like a 6/6 for, you know, turn 3 or so on. It's really, really insane. Like a 4/7 with protection for spells. How would I ever remove that and so on. It has a huge potential tempo, right? If you can kill something crappy. Which you probably can, really easily most of the time in the arena as a Warlock. So it's just a very, very good card. Because you can just kill any crap. Right? You have a lot of crap in arena. This also means you can play this card like turn 8 or something. And like kill a 2-drop against a huge, you know, protected minion. That might be much better and so on. And that's right. So because you have a lot of cards in the drama card with Warlock and so on. You get a tempo in. So yeah, very good card. Very, very good card. And then we have the last card here from the 6 to 10. Which is also a very good card, which I have a hard time not putting at the top 5, so a little better, right? Which is Spikeridged Steed, because this has a huge value, and this is very hard to handle in arena. So you buff a minion, you give it 2+6 as a tackle, and then when it dies, you get another 2+6 minion, the Stegodon, right? The beast, and that is of enormous value. You can buff anything. You wouldn't buff like a 1/1 dog if you can, but say buff a Yeti. There's a 4, you know, 4 or 5, so plus 2+6. So there's a 6/11, right? That is extremely hard to remove. If you don't have an actual polymorph or hex or something, they can't remove it. So that's using a lot of minions, and then when you use those minions, you get another 2/6. So this card has ridiculous amount of value for 6 mana. As long as they can't silence it or, you know, hex like transform, remove it, you are in a huge lead. And again, as an arena, it's hard having those really good removals, because you take any card in as a removal in the arena, so you take like some, you know, fireballs or whatever, right? Fireball, this guy won't do much. Like, yeah, he gets his life down, but he need to transform it, right? So an extremely high valued card in the arena. A little expensive though, but it has taunt, right? So you can be after, play this guy, give it to any minion, it gets taunt, and then when it dies, you get another taunt minion. So it also protects from dying if you're after in tempo. So an extremely good card. But now then, we're gonna go to top 5. This card I really, really like. It's an uncommon card. It's gonna see huge impact in the arena against card. The second Warlock card here, and it's Lakkari felhound. This is an insane card in the arena, really. This is crazy. Yes, it's like Senni and Shield Monster with 3 more life. But there's 8 life, okay? It has taunt, and here, yeah, you discard whatever card in your hand, but usually for Warlock, you life tap a lot and you have more cards. You can, discarding isn't that bad in the arena, really. Because the thing is that when you discard stuff in Constructed, you lose your legendary, you lose your removal, you lose your shit, right? But when you discard in arena, it's like, oh, I lost my 1/1 drop, you know? In arena, you have so many bad cards usually, so discarding, yes, okay, if you're bad luck, you discard your one only good bomb, that is really bad. It's what it is. But for the most time, you're gonna discard 2 cards that aren't really had the high value anyway. Or like, you don't have a combo anyway going on for you, you don't have your Juggernaut, you have some whatever, right? So you're gonna discard 2 random shit cards and get a huge tempo card with taunt. And if you coin this guy, I should say coin, but like the thing is that being second player in the arena is really bad, right? You wanna be the first player. So cards that are better with coin, like one of my favorite card, the 3/3 with adapt, like those things are huge. This is all card, if you can coin this out, as I said, it's a pretty good coin, or Yeti, whatever. How you remove this guy? That's 3/8, right? It's just so much life points. It will kill everything they played for turn 1 to turn 3 and have life left to kill 3 of them. So it has an enormous tempo in arena. And that is much more important than having the cards in your hand. It's an easy place 5 for me. Lakkari felhound. It's a very, very good card. You pick it a lot. Sure, you can't have like 10 of them because you all can, but like, you know, like 1 or 2 or so. Very good. Then this apparently, I actually missed unfortunately my whole view. Show it, which is Venomous Weapon. This is actually an extremely good card. This is place 4 here. It's a rogue card. It's the only rogue card in this top 10 list, but this card is insanely good. The thing is that you will get poisons on your weapon, right? So you use your normal dagger, you put this thing on it, and then you can hit anything and kill it. That is insane! This card is insane! It's like having double assassinate, you know, for 1 turn extra, right? For 3 mana, yes, you have to prepare, like, with the blade the second turn, then do this thing third turn, but you can kill anything. Because getting life damage in arena, it's such a whatever thing, right? Like, sure, I guess a hunter, and sometimes I got a class of mage, sometimes it might be really troublesome, but for primarily, taking life damage in arena is like whatever. So, you can hit into the 7/7 and get, you know, kill it and so on. Right, so you're able to kill like 2 big minions with it. Sure, you can't have like 3 of these and kill every minion, you're gonna die. But you can easily have at least 1 of these cards and kill 2 major minions, like having Assassinate and Assassinate. And it's very cheap too, so if you put Assassinate, which costs 5 mana, this costs, you know, buff your weapon, that's 2 mana to this weapon and 3 mana. It's the same cost Assassinate in total, right? And you still have your weapon like a 1/1 weapon to kill anything next as well. So this is much better than Assassinate. This is extremely good. This is an enormously, extremely powerful removal card for Arena. And it's absolutely a card you pick. It's absolutely top 5 for Arena, for the new class cards here. It's extremely, extremely good card. Extremely good card. But pretty much the only good card Rogues get, though, if you ask me. Rogues are probably the ones who got the least cards, I would say, in general. The rest of are okay. So I'm not going to tell too much in this video, but like, yeah, Rogues, they're getting shaft, but this card is very, very good. Then we have Volcano, another removal card. I didn't pick Meteor in this list because it's an epic card, and I felt that even if it was an epic card, Meteor was still the top 12, I would say. That took place 12th, because it's like, this is like Meteor but better, right? So, Volcano is, you do 15 damage, split damage in the enemies. And what it means is that it's like Flame Strike, or it's something better, because usually they won't have like, you know, 5 minions with 5 life, or let's say 4 minions with 5 life, like 5 minions with 4 life, so 20 life. Usually they have minions who are like spread out and so on. So you can Volcano that. It has potential to kill big guys. You can kill 2 bombs, right? Like a 2 guys, 2 war golems with dive from this guy, like 2 7/7s, like 1 ogre with dive from this guy, right? So it's insanely much better than Flame Strike in that sense, or whatever removal you have. So it's very, very good that they can kill both big guys and a lot of small guys. So the flexibility of this card is insane. And it has Overload, which makes it better than Flame Strike. Yes, it's 7 mana, but you can play this guy in turn 10 on Volcano, and then you can play a 5 or like a Pit Fight or whatever for 5 mana. So you have the space to, like, you know, get the tempo back right. So yes, this card is a little bad since you have to be after, or like if you're a little after you can trade and then do this thing. So the question to be, you can't be ahead and play this card, that's the only issue with it. But otherwise, it's a much better removal than any other AoE in the game. So, because it both kills big guys and small guys, right? It goes both high and wide. So, this card looks really, really insane. But it's not the best card, because the best then will have to be only on the board, right? But it's still a very, very good card. It's absolutely worth having a Arena. It's extremely good. Especially because of Overloads, you can also play something else, right? You can play turn 8, 3 mana left, get some tempo. And so on. So huge value for this card. And then we have Tar Lord. So Wars are getting some really, really good cards. We also have the War Weapon is pretty good. So Tar Lord is a card I think is just insanely good. So it's a 5/11, right? Pretty much. So you don't take their turn. This is insane. 11 life points. It's very hard to remove, okay? 11 life points in Arena. You have to pull them over the skyward. You have to transform, remove it. You can't remove it with like double fireball or something, right? And it has 5 attack. That's enough to kill most stuff. So yeah, it's a huge bomb, okay? An amazing bomb. Easily a top 5 card. It has a spot 2 here. It's extremely strong. It's the new Tar Elemental is also a very, very good card, right? And this is the pure Warrior card. Where the Warrior card is much worse because it's the same stat as the Beacon, the Beast thing, the Rock. So this is like, it's like that but better, right? Enormous amount of life points. Yeah, it's 16 stats for 7. You know, that's better because if you take, I usually have the formula which is like take the mana cost times 2 plus 1. So if the cost costs 7, it should be 15 is that. This guy 16 is that on their turn, so it's the badness better right there. And has Taunt. So yeah, and has Taunt for free, right? Yeah, so it's a really, really good card. It's very obvious it's a very, very good card. And of course, Warrior has more than 1 in top 10 now, so Warrior getting a couple of good bombs. which is very, very good for Warrior. And lastly, we have Free from Amber. This is a card that I say, this is the best card for Arena of all Lakkari cards, seriously. Free from Amber. Trust me on this. Everybody's like, Free from Amber, you can get the Yushara at best and that's bad, why don't you play Yushara? Yeah, that's for constructed. In Arena, Free from Amber is insane. It is really, really insane. First of all, the worst you can get with this thing is an 8/8 for 8, pretty much. That's the worst thing you can get. A giant, like an Arcane Giant, a Molten Giant, something like that. That's pretty much what you will get as a lowest value. And we're playing Arena here, so a bomb for 8 that's 8/8 in stat, that is fine, right? That is playable in Arena. It's not the best, but it's playable. And if you get any other team, because this is 8 or more in cost, you can get, you know, the 10/10, you can get the 6/10, that's probably better than 8/8. You can get the new thing actually that's coming out, that is 7/14 for 10, I think it is. Or you can get this, it was like 6/10 with Taunt for 9. That is really good for 8 mana, and so on, right? And if you have the elemental, like, make it cheaper, it costs 7 mana, so... so yeah, it's an insane card. And that is all the neutral random guys. You can also get, of course, the legendaries, right? You can get the Deathwing at 12 for 12. And some other, you know... some other neutral legendaries, like Yashara. Even getting like Onyxia, it's okay, it's an 8 for 8, right? It doesn't have Battle Cry, but 8 for 8. And Malygos 4, that's probably bad, 4 for 12. But it still is playable, not that good, but it's like, okay. The only issue with this card, they don't get legendary for priest, because they all cost less than 8. But even so, right, even so, this is an insane good card in Arena. Because you want the bombs, and this is something like, you are discovering too. Don't forget about that. You're not just randomizing an 8/8 or better, you're discovering. So the chance of getting something that is worse than 8/8 is actually low. There's like a low chance not to get the legendary. Think about this card. It's an 8 mana card or higher, right? For you discover. So the chance of getting a legendary, I haven't done the math perfectly for this, but the legendary is very high chance because you have the Steed, you have the Mechatonome, you have the Harvest Gold, and you have all these cards, right? They're like 8 or 9 mana, some of 10 mana Deathwing, and they have a really high chance popping up in this card because what else would you discover, pretty much? And you still discover you have 3 picks, right? And again, the worst thing is an 8/8 for 8. So this is like a bomb. Pay 8 mana, get an 8/8, right? Or get a legendary. That's pretty much what you're playing here. Like a legendary card, or use a simple bomb for 8. Which you would pick anyway in Arena. Especially as a priest card. Because you're a priest, you're gonna survive for a long time. You're gonna have the longest... Priests are always playing to, you know, survive and just, yeah, win with late game with whatever, mind control. But they're like having big guys, you can heal them and so on, right? So it's a perfect priest card for Arena, really. It's easily the best card for the newest card here. So priests are also getting much better in Arena. Not much better, but priests are getting some really good cards. This is the absolute best card here. And I don't want to go into too much here on what I say the classes here. But you can simply see here, without going into details about its class, that like where is Mage? I haven't seen any new Mage card that's good actually. It's only like the 5 for Elemental, that's decent. You know, where is Druid? The 2/2 Druid that gives you another the 5. It's probably only Druid. I would say it's probably up like place 15 maybe or so. So I'm yeah. So definitely awesome cards here. The class is not getting any cards here. That being said, though, to our points, one last thing though, Shaman and Mage, and also Priest again, are getting more value from all those elemental cards, especially Shaman and Mage. So that's a big value, which you can see here with some of our nearer cards. And then also boosting some of their personal cards, right? And also we get, of course, Hunt, you get a huge amount of Beast. So don't forget about those, you get those Death reasons as well. But from this top 10 cards, definitely Priest is the biggest winner, with Free from Amber being the best card now of all the new cards for Arena. So anyway, see you guys next time. Be sure to subscribe and have a great day.